How are you all doing out there? It's great to see all of you. My name is Tyler. I'm one of the co-founders here at Truffle Shuffle, and I'm joined today. We're very excited about this partnership with Chef Nite.
Hi, I'm Chef Nite.
From Nyum Bai out here in Oakland, California. And honestly, I will just say very quickly, Nite runs what is arguably the best Cambodian restaurant in the entire country. And the first time, we've been wanting to do a class with her for a while. And honestly, the first time that I ever tasted this Mee Kola dish, for me, it really just kind of blew my mind with all the different flavors and textures. And we really wanted to share a beautiful dish like this with all of you out there. And so, Nite is going to take us through all the steps over here to show you like the traditional Cambodian style of how to make this dish and how to have that authentic Cambodian experience.
That's right.
Awesome. So, Chef, very excited to have you with us today. And we will get ourselves started over here just like we do in all the other classes. We'll go through our mise en place. We'll go through our ingredients, okay? And then we'll prep everything and basically just go through how we're going to cook this beautiful dish over here. So, what do you think, Chef? You ready to start this thing up?
Let's do this.
All right, let's do it. Perfect. So, we'll go through our mise en place real quick and just show it off. First things first, we will need a cutting board, which they can see over here. Look at that cutting board. Absolutely stunning. And then we will also need a lovely mixing bowl. Beautiful. As well as we will need a large saute pan. Nice saute pan, Chef. And then after that, we need a knife over here, which we got right here. And we'll also need a little bit of ice, which we got in our freezer right now. We're just going to use that as our ice bath, right? Perfect. After that, we will need some tongs, okay? And you will need just a little bit of canola oil, right, or grapeseed oil. And this is going to be for sauteing that pork belly, so we get that nice kind of crispiness on there. It's going to be delicious.
Yes.
Oof. After that, we will need a large pot, which, Chef, you've already gone ahead and put some water in there, right?
Yes, large pot with water.
And so what we're going to do over here is you want to take that large pot, fill it up with water, and then you want to bring that up to a boil. All right, so Chef over here, turning on our little induction burner, getting this water cooking over here. And then after that, we will need a strainer, as you can see. And then we'll also need a little medium pot over here, which we're going to be using for boiling those eggs. Beautiful. And then we'll also need a lovely slotted spoon. All right. So that is all of our mise en place for this dish. And then after that, we'll go through these ingredients over here and I'll kind of hold them up and Chef, I'll have you sort of introduce them.
Sure.
Does that work?
Uh-huh.
All right, perfect. So we have our beautiful...
We have here the Persian cucumbers.
Excellent. So we got a little cucumber, and then we also have these noodles over here.
Yeah, these are fresh rice noodles.
Nice. We got some
eggs.
Beautiful eggs. And then in this little container over here, this is our pickling liquid. And this is like a traditional Cambodian style?
Yeah, it's a traditional pickling liquid made with vinegar, sugar, and water.
Nice. You guys are going to love it on these pickled cucumbers. They're delicious. And then this is our fish sauce dressing.
Yeah, this is commonly used for salad. Fish sauce, sugar, and some water.
Nice. And then this one over here, this is a seasoning mix that is delicious.
Yeah, it's similar to soy sauce. It's called Maggi soy. It's delicious.
Nice. So, and then after that, we got ourselves a little bit of fried garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Which the texture is absolutely delicious. And then we're going to use some of that oil too, right, Chef?
Oh, yeah, you definitely need the oil from the fried garlic.
Nice. And then after this, we got some dried shrimp. Which, I got to say, is one of my favorite ingredients in this recipe. Because it adds that totally delicious flavor to it. And then we have...
A lime.
A lovely lime over here. And we got some flavoring elements.
You got some herbs here. You got some scallions and cilantro.
Perfect. And then we also have a little bit of
crushed peanuts.
Little crushed peanuts. Nice. And so at this point over here in this recipe, right, you all received that homework of Nite showing you how to make that pork belly, right? And so we have our pork belly right here.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that pork belly. Looking absolutely stunning. And so, Chef, you want to just kind of chat us through how we made this pork belly yesterday? We cooked it nice and low and slow, and we want it nice and tender at this point.
Right. So basically, once you have the rub in, you want to put it in the oven, cook it low and slow until you get this beautiful golden brown belly that is tender but still firm to the touch.
Nice. And so all this pork over here is called, it's what's called Corbuta pork, right? Otherwise known as Berkshire. And honestly, many people consider it to be almost like the Wagyu beef of pork. And so we really wanted to share this with all of you out there. It's a beautiful ingredient. We're getting all this pork from Snake River Farm, which is out in Idaho. They run a really amazing operation over there. And they, like with the animal husbandry being like the #1, they treat the animals super well, and you can really taste it in this pork. So at this point, right, you want to make sure you watched that homework video that we sent to all of you, and you want to make sure to have that pork cooked and totally ready to go before starting up this recipe over here. All right? So that is all of our mise en place and ingredients. All right? So if all you are ready to start cooking out there, I would love to see a thumbs up real quick. All right. Nice. All right. So we will get directly into our cooking, and what we're going to do over here is we're going to go right down to the section in our recipe called Prep During the Class. All right. So, Chef, you want to get us started over here?
Sure. So first thing first, make sure you have your water going in the big pot for your noodles, okay? After you do that, you want to grab your dried shrimp.
Nice.
Thank you, Chef Tyler. So we got your dried shrimp, and with the medium bowl, you have your warm water. It's important to get this going first because you want to soak it, because eventually you want to cut this little thing up.
Nice.
Okay, dump it all in your warm water. Set that aside.
Beautiful. And so Chef, these shrimp are dried, and then we're just putting them in a little bit of warm water. And what does that do? That kind of softens them up a little bit, makes them almost a little...
So basically, you want to soak up the shrimp just to soften up a little bit, so you're able to either cut it up or use a mortar and pestle to pound it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now that we got those shrimp going, Chef, you want to show us how to chop this lovely cucumber over here?
Yes. So you have your cucumber. You want to cut this into thin coins. Remove that piece right there, and with your knife, you can take your time. Just get thinly sliced cucumbers here.
Nice.
The thinner, the better, just because you want it to soak up all that brine liquid.
So, Chef, you're saying you want those cucumbers to be nice and thin?
That's right. You want it nice and thin, just because it's you want it to soak up all that brine juice. This is a quick brine, so the thinner you cut the cucumbers, the better.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. And so we're using this for our Mee Kola dish, but this is like a very common kind of Cambodian pickle that are added to a lot of dishes.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I use this quick brine recipe for many Cambodian dishes, such as just eating it by itself or with any barbecue dishes, and it's delicious with sandwiches as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So you got your cucumber there.
Beautiful.
And you want to transfer this to a bowl. Okay.
Nice.
There we go. And then you want to grab the brine liquid. Chef Tyler, thank you so much. So you have your brining liquid right here. Okay, pour that in. You want to give it a good stir. I'll grab my spoon here. Give it a good stir. You can smell the vinaigrette, the sugar, the garlic.
Yeah.
Delicious. Okay. Let that sit there. Make sure the cucumbers are completely submerged in the brine liquid, brining liquid. Okay, and set that aside.
Beautiful. So, as you can see right here, Chef Nite you went ahead and you said to make sure those guys are completely submerged in that pickling liquid. So they're going to change over these over the duration of this cooking class, and they'll be like a totally different product by the end, right?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice and sweet and tart.
Nice.
Okay, so after the cucumbers, next step we will.
We're gonna go to step 4. So Chef, you want to show us how to portion up this pork belly over here?
Yes. So now we're ready for the belly. Oh wow, what a beautiful piece of belly. You see the nice marble of fat there.
Nice.
Okay. So with the sharp knife, gently slide, cut the belly.
Nice.
Yes. Super tender, so it's kind of falling apart a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna cut it into cubes, just like that.
Nice.
Okay. Oh man.
I gotta say,
I want to take a bite.
right, the first time that I ever tried your pork belly, Chef, it was literally like one of those culinary epiphany moments where the sky opens and the sun shines down.
Oh,
no,
wow.
but you know,
Thank you.
in all honesty, this way that Nite cooks the pork belly is really special, and a lot of it has to do with that kind of rub that you put on the outside. And so when you use that rub, that sugar kind of caramelizes on the outside, right? And I gotta say, it like adds that. We say a lot on these classes that the way that, you know, my mentors kind of taught me too is like cooking is a lot of little things done well.
Right.
And I gotta say, like that little step of adding that pork rub, cooking it the way that you do, it's like amazing how much flavor you get in there.
Oh wow, thank you. Yeah, the rub is basically inspired by a dish that we have at the restaurant, and it's basically caramelized pork belly with sugar and garlic and pepper. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. And we're using the beautiful Kampa peppercorns.
Oh yeah, Kampa peppercorn.
Yeah, you want to chat just honestly a little bit more like what are Kampa peppercorns and why are they special and so different? Because I gotta say, the first time I ever tried one, I was like, you know what I mean? Like blown away by it.
Well, they're special, one, because they're from Cambodia, but two, they're from the region in Cambodia, and what makes them extra special is the way that it's grown. It's not grown in soil or anything like that, but a special granite that's only in the region in Kampot. And so that's why the flavor of the pepper, it's earthy and nutty. It has a kick to it, but it's not overpowering with the spice. So it's delicious.
Awesome. Nice. Well, I know you guys are gonna love this. So we got this pork portioned up.
Moving on to our scallions here.
Beautiful.
You want to remove the outer layer here. But this looks pretty good, so I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Nice.
You want to cut the tip of the scallions off.
Cut those little roots off.
Yep.
Nice.
Become compost. Alright, and then again, just like the cucumbers, you want to cut this very thin.
Nice and thin.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and cut all the scallions here.
And so scallions, being in the onion family, they give you that really nice kind of oniony flavor, but they're much more subtle.
Exactly.
And so are you gonna add these like at the end raw? Or are we gonna
yes.
cook them? Yeah.
We're gonna actually add them raw at the end.
Nice.
Okay, so that looks
Love
really
that.
good. We're gonna transfer that into your plate with the cilantro.
Wow. Look at that.
I'm really excited to make this dish with you guys. So here we go. So you set that aside, and now we're gonna pick some. Get your cilantro.
Nice.
Take a few, like a handful. We'll set this aside.
Beautiful.
Basically, you just want to pinch off the leaves, just like that. You can reserve the stem, save it for broth or anything like that, but you want to use the leaf in this recipe. Okay.
And you leave the leaves you leave them whole like that. We're not gonna chop them, right?
No, leave it whole.
Yeah. Nice. And that way you kind of put them right on top of the end. And you get that really nice, bite of cilantro each time.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful garnish too.
Yeah.
So rather than chopping up the cilantro.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you want a good taste of the cilantro with this dish.
Awesome.
And you'll see why at the end.
Right. Yeah, and I gotta say, you know, with this dish in particular, one of the things that really, kind of I've just loved about it is every bite that you take there's just layers of flavor. And so this kind of, you know, the cilantro adds that freshness, which is just incredible.
I love the smell of cilantro. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Nice. And so you're saying if someone has any stems left over, you can use those in broth or kind of other things?
I love, like, I don't really throw away too much, like, leftover food. But with cilantro stem, I save it and I throw it in broth or chop it up, put it in a blender, use it to marinate like, pork or chicken. So you have your cilantro here.
Nice.
I'm going to pick a few more leaves. And then right there, set that aside. I'm going to move this as well.
Beautiful. And so any excess cilantro that you have, you can save for a future recipe, you know, anything that you want to use in the future. And so, Chef, you got about, what is that, like 1.5 cups of picked cilantro almost?
Yeah.
Ish?
About 1 cup-ish. For sure.
Nice. All right.
You can pick more if you like, but I think that's enough.
So you can see over here, we got our beautiful selection of greenery over here. We got those scallions. That cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
Looking absolutely stunning out there. All right. All right, nice. So, you know, at this point, again, we got that large pot of water on the stove. We went through those prepped items, cucumber slice, cilantro, scallion, that pork bellies portion. And so, Chef, kind of the next step over here is to get this shrimp where we want it, right?
Right. So now we're going back to the shrimp. It's been soaking in the warm water for a little bit now. So it's soft. You can kind of smush it, I don't know. When you squeeze it, it's super soft, right?
Yeah.
So you want to remove that from the warm water. If you have a mortar and pestle, you want to use that to pound this into a fine powder. If not, you can just use your knife and basically chop it up. Here I go.
Awesome. And so the shrimp, they take the shrimp, and what's kind of the process of making dried shrimp? Honestly, I've never even...
So basically you want to take your shrimp, remove the shell, season it with salt, and you basically let it dry out in the sun.
Oh, yeah?
You're dehydrating it.
Yeah.
So that's really it. You can do like this at home as well if you have a dehydrator. Get bay shrimp or any kind of shrimp you want. Really remove the shell. Season it with salt and let it sit in a dehydrator.
Nice.
And you have this,
and this kind of adds that really nice. Yeah. What would you say it adds to the dish over here?
Umami.
Nice.
So you want to chop it up just like that. Yeah, this is key to this dish. You cannot skip out on the shrimp.
Cannot skip that shrimp.
No.
And so, Chef Nite, we're just showing you how to do it over here with a knife, just in case for any of you over there that might not have a mortar and pestle. But if you have a mortar and pestle, Chef, you're saying this is ideally done with that.
You're right. With a mortar and pestle, you can kind of achieve that powdery floss texture.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. But, you know, with the sharp knife, you can just get it into like this coarse... chop it up like this, that's fine too.
Nice. Awesome.
So that looks good to me right there.
Beautiful.
Transfer this to your plate.
I gotta say, shrimp and pork too.
Oh yeah.
Classic combination of deliciousness.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
All
so
right.
What we have next here, right?
Nice. So at this point, that brings us to the end of our prep. Okay. So we'll just show everyone over here. Look at that. We got all these beautiful items. Look at that. It's got all those different colors.
Oh wow.
Flavors. Right. So this is how our mise en place is looking over here. But we would love to see. Right. I know we're not cooking like in person together, but if you got that mise en place, hold it up. All right.
Let's see it.
Let's see it out there. Nice. We got our jams today, huh, Chef?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. And so, I know some of you are still kind of finishing up those prep items over there. And honestly, I just want to take 1 second and just kind of chat with you, Chef, about your like culinary journey and story. And so, you know, kind of where we start, so like how did you originally get into cooking? Like how did you learn these authentic, like traditional Cambodian dishes?
Well, I grew up eating Cambodian food, and so that's all I mean, when I moved out for college, this is the food that I missed the most. So that's when I started learning how to cook Cambodian food. But in a way, I learned how to cook Cambodian food as a little girl by spending time with my mom in the kitchen. And so I had all these cravings and just picking up the phone and calling her for recipes and kind of teaching myself how to cook, because really there's no exact recipes in Cambodian cooking. You kind of have to tweak this and tweak that. It kind of got annoying because when I called my mom, she would say, add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of sugar. But I'm like, how much? She's like, well, once you taste it. So it became intuition. Like when I achieve a certain flavor or taste or look, it's like, okay, it kind of brought back a memory of like, okay, this is how it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
But my goal was to always introduce Cambodian food to people. It's such an underrepresented cuisine, and so 5 years before, I started cooking Cambodian food, doing pop-ups and things like that, and eventually, 2 years ago, I was able to open my own restaurant here in Oakland.
Which is, if you are ever in Oakland, California, you gotta go to Nyum Bai. It is like unbelievable, the just the level of flavor that is in every single dish, and it really is. I gotta say, it is like, it blew me away the first time. Me and Christina went there a while ago, and honestly, it blew me away with just the flavors, and I had not known enough about Cambodian cuisine, and honestly, that's why we're super excited to kind of partner with you, Nite. And so, what is kind of the story like of Cambodian cuisine? Like, what are some like historical elements that makes it kind of taste the way that it does and give it that?
Yeah, so I mean, Cambodian cuisine, it's often compared to Thai and Vietnamese food, but I like to say there's an overlap of ingredients from Thailand and Vietnam, but we've been influenced by France. We were colonized by the French for about over 100 years, really, and then there was like a migration from India, so we have a lot of spices from India, and then in the early 1800s there was also people that had trading done in Cambodia, so they brought a lot of spices from Portugal as well. So I mean, it's an underrepresented cuisine for sure. Not a lot of people know too much about it, but it's really robust, gentle. I don't know, like a lot of herbs that we use. There's fermented fermented fish that we use in a lot of cookings. I mean, it's hard for me to describe. All I can say is it's delicious.
Yes.
And I crave it all the time, and I cook it every day. So, so that's why I'm really excited to be able to show everyone, how to cook this favorite dish of mine, Mee Kola.
Awesome. Nice. Well, with that, we got all our prep done over here. I know you all over there are probably ready to dive in and get to cooking this food. That way we can be eating it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go directly into our how to cook section. So, Chef, we got all our kind of prepped items over here.
Yes.
Beautiful. And so we'll come over to our recipe, and step one over here is we're going to cook this pork belly. So, Chef, you want to show us how we're going to do that over here?
Yeah, for sure. So with your skillet, you want to add a little bit of the canola oil or whatever oil you have on hand.
Beautiful.
Just gonna wipe some water off there. Okay, just a touch. You don't want it to stick to the pan.
All right.
So you have your canola oil or your oil of choice in your pan here. You want to grab your tongue, get your belly out. Voila.
Nice.
Basically, you just want to, you want to sear the belly. Okay.
Nice. And so we're using a little canola oil over here, or basically, like I said, you can use any kind of neutral flavor oil. And so, Chef, you're just getting this pork belly into that oil. And so we've already cooked it once, so why are you sauteing it again?
Well, basically, we're sauteing it again to give it a nice sear and to heat it up. Because of all that marble, the fat marble in here, you just want to kind of get that hot before serving it.
Nice.
Yeah, pull out more of the flavor.
And I gotta say, you gotta do your best not to eat all the pork before you get to this stage.
I know, it's so hard. It's so juicy looking right now.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, and you hear that sizzle, that's what you want.
Beautiful.
Because there's sugar, make sure to keep your eye on it. You don't want to burn it.
Yeah. Nice. And so, Chef, would you say you're at like medium-high heat on this?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So, as you see, Nite over here, right at medium-high heat. She's just sauteing it with a little bit of that oil and just using the tongs to kind of move that belly around as it's cooking, huh?
Right.
Nice.
Delicious. This is some good-looking pork.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
See that nice brown crispiness that you see there? That's what you want. Okay.
Beautiful. And so I'm gonna prep out kind of a landing pad for Chef Nite over here. So while she's sauteing it, I'm just gonna grab a little plate with some paper towels on it.
All right. Thank you.
Just chef.
Okay, this looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna pull some out soon.
Nice. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Layers of flavor over there.
Oh, delicious. Oh, yeah, that is beautiful.
Nice.
So that is ready. I'm gonna turn off the stove here. Grab my belly. Land it on your paper towel. Okay. Smells delicious.
Nice.
Okay. There you go. Want every little bit there.
Ooh.
Cool.
Wow. Check that out there. That beautiful sauteed pork belly. Looking absolutely
remove this.
stunning.
Okay. Delicious.
All right. So, now that we got our pork belly removed, kind of the next step over here is we're going to boil these eggs, right?
Right.
Awesome.
So we have our medium-sized pot here with water. Turn that on. The way to boil your egg, you want the water to come to a complete boil. Gently place your eggs in the pot for 7 minutes. So make sure you have your timer ready, because what we want is a jammy yolk. That is crucial in this dish, because when you mix in the egg yolk with the noodles, it gives it that creamy texture.
Nice.
So.
Awesome.
And have your ice bath ready as well.
Beautiful. So, over here, Chef Nite, we got that medium pot, and you've got some water in there. We're bringing it up to a boil. While this is coming up to a boil, we're just going to make our ice bath.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, we got our little bowl. I'm going to grab some ice over here.
Okay, I'll grab some water. Here we go.
All right. And so, what are we using this? Like, why are we using an ice bath? What is the point? What is the purpose for that?
Well, you want to stop the cooking immediately. If you don't put it in an ice bath, the residual heat from the egg will continue to cook the egg, and it'll be overcooked, basically.
Overcook it?
Yes.
And so, and honestly, this is something that kind of blew me away when I started cooking, is like, as long as your water is fully boiling, if you cook it for that amount of time, you will yield a beautiful product each time, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Awesome. So, I'm just over here popping this ice and struggling into our little mixing bowl over here. All right? Just making this little ice bath.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef. I've removed some ice in my time. All right, so as we're waiting for this water to come to a boil, I'm just filling up this ice bath.
One more ice.
All right, here we go. Oh, we got our last ice cube in there. Nice. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Too kind. You're all too kind out there. All right, beautiful. So we got our water boiling over here, Chef.
Right, so we've got that. Gently place your egg in your strainer. Gently drop it in. You don't want to crack the egg. Set your timer for 7 minutes. Okay?
And you want that water boiling the whole time, right?
Correct.
Nice. All right, so we got a 7-minute timer. Our water's boiling. We will see you in 7 minutes.
See ya. Okay, so now we're ready to get our eggs out. 7 minutes later. You have your ice bath ready to go. Drop it in there. Boom. Done.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Okay, now we're moving on to our noodles. Got your pot of water here for the noodles.
Nice. When you're saying, when you put the eggs into the ice bath over there, so we're stopping the cooking process.
Right.
Right? And that's how you get that exact texture of the yolk that you want. That's how you do that?
Exactly.
Awesome. Nice. So at this point, you want to have your eggs out of that water in an ice bath. Okay? All right, beautiful. And so now, what's next? We're cooking our noodles over here?
Yeah, so with that big pot of water that you have going on, you want to cook your rice noodles. Yeah. These noodles cook up pretty quickly, so about a minute or so in the water just to get it soft. So you got your water boiling, drop your noodles.
Nice.
In the pot. And then kind of swirl it around, make sure it's completely submerged in the pot.
Nice.
You know it's done.
When you taste it?
Well, yeah, you can take, I think this is done right now. Super
feel it?
soft.
Yeah.
You can pinch the noodles, it falls apart. But I'll do a taste test.
Yep.
And what are
you looking for with that?
Well, you don't want it to be hard. You basically want it to be chewy. That was a little bit too tough for me, so I'm gonna let it sit in here for like a few more seconds.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So move that around. I think it's almost ready. Now it's completely soft. Okay.
Beautiful.
You wanna take your pot here, okay, and then strain it.
Awesome. So we got our rice noodles strained over here.
Right. Okay, spin that around. And then again, we want to put this in an ice bath to stop the cooking.
I'm going to grab my little ice bath real quick.
Oh, sure. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. All right, we got our ice bath here, ready to go. Drop in your noodles.
Nice.
Stop the cooking. Swirl it around.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna grab a little piece.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So you can see over here, we got these noodles in this ice bath over here. And so, Chef, you were just kind of moving the noodles around in that ice bath, right?
Yep, that's it.
And that is cooling those noodles down. Awesome.
Right.
So, like I say, when I was, taught that method, putting in the ice bath, we call it sometimes shocking.
Yeah, shocking.
You know? Shocking, and then, what it does is you're taking this really hot product, and then you're introducing it to a very cold environment. And a lot of times in cooking, just as important as knowing when to add heat is knowing when to stop cooking. Right? So knowing when to cook and knowing when to stop cooking is very important, and an ice bath really helps you put that hard stop on the cooking process. Awesome.
That is right.
All right, so look at that. I'm gonna taste one of these noodles.
Oh yeah, you want it chewy. Let me know what you think.
Oh my gosh.
Nice and chewy.
I love that texture.
It's fun.
And so how do they make these noodles? What?
Well, it's made with rice, so they would basically take the rice, turn it into a powder, and then make a dough out of the rice by mixing water, and then you basically, again, sun dry it out, and then cut it into little noodle strands that you see here.
Nice. So literally just rice and water.
Yep, just rice and water.
No gluten.
Yes, no gluten.
Gluten free. Imagine that. Wow. But and also too, rice is kind of what gives it that texture, right? That chewiness.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you never really quite get that with if you ever had dry Italian style pasta, you never get that same texture. But this is so delicious.
It's really fun to eat. It's nice and chewy.
Nice.
Sure, I'll have another one.
And so the reason why we chill these noodles down as well is we actually serve this dish with the noodles cold, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Traditionally, we serve this noodle dish cold. So we want to, after it's in the ice bath, we want to strain it again.
Nice. All right. So we're just gonna set that guy off to the side.
I'm gonna do that again. Okay. Okay, you got your eggs. Now let's see.
Nice. And you're just kind of tapping that egg against that cutting board. And what are you looking to do there? Just make a bunch of little cracks?
Yeah, I just want to get crack the egg so I can get a little piece of the shell here so I can start peeling it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And here, if you want, we'll show them up top. Because honestly, peeling an egg, there is a technique to it. And so you're getting underneath that little membrane, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So here you are.
Look at that beautiful egg.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, a lot of times, or personally, I struggle with peeling eggs. That was like my Achilles heel for a long time. Any of you that work with me, you know what I'm talking about. Max Robbins. But when you cook that egg at that boiling temperature, that's very important, because if you cook an egg and you like kind of in simmering water, right, it never really allows that membrane to release from the white. So like you gotta boil it, and that's how if you ever struggle with peeling an egg and it comes off kind of like broken and whatnot, boil in the water like that is super important.
Right. So you have your egg right here.
Look at those. Wow. Those are looking gorgeous.
So you're ready to cut into them to see?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how they look.
Wow, look at that.
What?
Super jammy.
My gosh.
But runny at the same time.
Wow. So that is a spot on egg over there.
Yes. Beautiful.
All right. So chef, at this point, we got all our mise en place done. Our prep items, right? We got those noodles cooked, that pork belly fried up, and those eggs cooked.
Right.
So all we gotta do now is dress this beautiful dish, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So if you guys are out there, if you are ready to make up this dish and get to eating this delicious Mee Kola, let's see some thumbs ups out there. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this thing.
Okay, you got your big mixing bowl.
Yep.
Bring that out.
Nice.
Okay, first thing first. Grab your noodles. Put all your noodles in the mixing bowl.
Beautiful.
And you have your tongs.
Yep.
Okay, and then now we're gonna grab your Maggi soy.
Nice.
Pour that on top of your noodles.
Nice.
Next is your fish sauce vinaigrettes.
Nice. That fish sauce.
Okay. And then here, fried garlic oil, my favorite. Put as much or as little as you want, but essentially it has so much flavor, and the oil from the fried garlic helps separates the noodle. You don't want it to get too sticky together.
Make sure it doesn't stick to each other.
Right.
Nice.
Give it a good stir.
Look at that. Ooh.
Smell the fried garlic. So you have that, and guess what? It's ready to be plated.
All right. So we're gonna come over here, chef. I got the plates over here. I've been holding the plates over here. Very excited for this exact moment.
Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna
nice.
Plate your noodles.
Look at that. They're like they're kind of hanging out in like that dressing.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I can eat this every day.
Beautiful. That fried garlic smell.
And then whatever sauce you have left, you just want to split that in half, drizzle it on top of the noodles.
Ooh. What?
Just like that.
All right, so we got noodles in.
All right, noodles in.
Nice.
Okay, and then your cucumbers.
Beautiful.
The tray of garnish right here.
Nice.
Garnish. So now we want to garnish everything that you've prepped. You take your scallions, top it with your scallion, cilantro.
Nice.
Okay. All right, and then now your dried shrimp.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be delicious. Okay, and then you have your cucumber relish. Okay, top that, the cucumber. Okay, right on top.
Nice, and look at these. These cucumbers have kind of like wilted down a little bit. They're a little brined up a little bit.
And then also take a little bit of the brine. Put that on top of the noodles as well.
Oh, nice. Look at that move.
Okay. So what's neat about this dish, you can add as much garnish you want, as much cucumbers as you want.
Yeah. And if you have any leftover cucumbers, you can literally put them on anything, and it will make it taste better.
Oh, yeah. And then you have your eggs.
Nice.
Voila.
Beautiful.
And then I know we need some peanuts too, right?
Absolutely. So we got those peanuts over here in that little baggie that we sent over.
All right.
So Chef will let you add those.
Got your peanuts. Oops. Let me put it in the plate here first.
Okay, cool.
And then take a pinch of the peanuts. Kind of
Nice.
throw it on top like that.
That adds that texture, that flavor.
Yeah, crunch. Yeah, a lot going on there. Okay, move that to the side, and now you're ready for your belly.
Nice.
Okay, grab a few pieces of belly here.
Nice.
There we go.
Beautiful. And then if you want, we're serving with a couple lime wedges.
Lime
if you like.
wedge? Oh, yes. Cut your lime. Just like quarter them.
Yep.
Big lime wedge here to the side.
Boom.
You got Mee Kola, refreshing. Man, just delicious.
Nice.
Perfect for a hot day.
Yes. Look at that.
Yes.
Well, check this out. Nite and I have our dishes over here. All right. Look at that beautiful dish. Like texture, flavor, like all the above. Looking absolutely incredible. All right. So this is how our Mee Kola is looking over here. All right, but I know you are proud of that Mee Kola over there. All right, so hold it up to the camera. All right, tag us on Instagram. Give us a shout out. Okay, we'll have new Nite's Instagram and everything on here too. That way you can give her a shout out as well, because I'm sure Chef you'd love to see those Mee Kolas
please,
at home.
I would love to see it.
Yes, we'd love to check it out. But with that, I cannot wait to dig into this dish out here. And again, thank you for sharing this beautiful dish with us and showing us kind of all those moves to make that truly authentic dish.
Oh, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Hope you like it.
Nice. Well, time to dig in, everyone, and we look forward to cooking with you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.